Hi, I'm Triple T, and it's time for Story Time with me. This one time, I got the wonderful opportunity to go down to Panama City, Florida over spring break with Coach Brown, my basketball coach from high school, his family, and Curtis, my college roommate at the time. After we arrived from Indiana all the way down to Florida, we got our belongings and our luggage out of the vehicles to take it up into the room in the resort that we were staying in. First thing I did when we got into the room was take my phone charger out of my bag to plug my phone in to charge because my phone battery was dead as a doornail. Then we were going to eat and we didn't have any drinks, so I went down to the store that was connected to the resort to get a couple of 2 liters and a bag of ice. After I went into the store and got a couple of 2 liters and a bag of ice, I tried to get back up to our room. On my way back up to our room, a security guard stopped me and said, "Sir, where is your blue wristband?" And I replied, "Man, I don't know what you're talking about." And she informed me that all the guests have blue wristbands in their rooms that they need to wear so that the security guards know that they're guests at the resort and it's just easier for them. And I said, "Man, I don't have mine because I didn't know about them. We just got here and we went into the room. I dropped everything off and then I just went down to the store to get these 2 liters and bag of ice for us." And she said, "Well, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go to the front desk of the resort." So I went to the front desk and the woman there asked me where my blue wristband was too. And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but we just arrived here. I had no idea about the blue wristbands. And I'm sorry, I don't have it." And she said, "Well, can you call somebody that's staying in your room so they can come down and help you back up?" And I said, "Well, here's the deal. We just arrived. And first thing I did was plug my phone up so it could charge because the phone battery was dead as a doornail. I'm sorry." And she said, "Oh, well, I tell you what. We will let you up, but please wear your blue wristband the rest of the week." And I said, "Man, I will put that blue wristband on and I'll wear it the rest of the week gladly. Sorry to cause any trouble." Well, then I finally got back up to our room and I told my coach's family and Curtis, I said, "My goodness, you'll never believe what all I had to go through to get these 2 liters and this bag of ice up here." And right when I said that, the bag of ice slipped and dropped on the kitchen floor and the bag busted and ice cubes went everywhere. I said, "Oh my goodness." I went all through that and then I dropped this bag of ice. They said, "It's okay, we found ice in the freezer." And I said, "Well, good thing." I said, "Hey, there are blue wristbands somewhere in this room and we all have to wear them so when we're out of the room and we're down on the beach or something, we can get back up to our room because the resort has these and that's how the security guards know who's staying here." And they said, "Oh, well, thanks for telling us." And I said, "Yeah, I wish I would have known, but that's okay." That was strike one. Later that week, Curtis, Jalen, my coach's son, and I were playing in the pool that was in the resort. Jalen had a football. So, just like anybody, we were throwing the football in the pool. We weren't bothering anybody. There was only 2 other people in the pool, and they were on the side of the pool, and they were fine. They weren't, troubled by it or wasn't, having a big fit about it or anything. We were just having a good time throwing the football. Well, I noticed that on the sign of rules, there was a rule: please do not throw any objects, including, and listed some objects, and one of those objects was balls. And I was like, oh, that's a weird rule. Anywhere I go, as far as resorts or hotels, at their pool, I throw footballs, there's those splash bombs you can throw, and that's just fun, And we had the football, so why not use it in the pool? And I thought, I've never seen that rule, but, I'm sure they don't enforce it, so I thought. Well, later, while we were throwing the football, a bald security guard comes into the pool area and says, "Hey, I don't know if you saw it or not, but one of the rules is do not throw any objects in the pool, including balls." And I said, "Sir, I'm sorry. We won't throw this football again." And he said, "Thank you." He said, if you throw that ball again and I see you, I will ask you to leave. And you will lose all your privileges to using this pool the rest of the week. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you, sir. My goodness, what a threat. And all we were doing was throwing a football. So we set that football on the side of the pool. We weren't going to throw that again. They're going to kick us out. My goodness. So then we were just trying to have as much fun as we could without the football. And no kidding, 5 minutes later, the same bald security guard comes into the pool area and says, hey, I thought I told you not to throw that football. And I said, sir, you did. We're not. And he said, well, what's he doing holding that football? And pointed to Jalen. And I said, hold up. First of all, if he was holding it, that's okay because he's not throwing it, right? And second of all, the football's right there on the side of the pool. See it? And he said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And I said, that's okay, it's okay. He said, I'm just making sure. I said, well, thank you. My goodness. These security guards were legitimate, and they were going to keep this secure. That was strike 2. Later that week, Curtis and I decided to go walk the beach one night. We had a good walk, just walking on the sand because, I really do like long walks on the beach. I really do. It's fun. But anyway, we got finished, tried to get back up to our room, and we got to the resort and we saw a man working at the resort vacuuming a rug like close to the door, and we tried to get his attention and he saw us and we even showed our blue wristbands and he wouldn't come and get the door. So we had to go around and then try to go into the front of the resort. And then we finally got in, and then the security guards, they were there, the security guards said, now, we see your blue wristbands, but there have been a lot of our guests giving out their blue wristbands to people that aren't really staying here so they can get up into their rooms. And I said, ma'am, we are really staying here. We haven't done that. These really are ours, and we really are staying here. And she said, well, what room are you staying in? Well, Curtis said a number, I said a number, and the number wasn't the same. I misspoke. I said the wrong number. I switched the numbers around. It was late. We were in the sun all week, probably had sun damage or something. I didn't know. And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. He said the right number. I just changed it up. And she's like, I don't know. Who are you staying with? And I said, Mike Brown. And she said, no. She thought I just made that name up. That's a common name. That's an easy name to say. But my coach's name really is Mike Brown. So they wouldn't let us up. Well, then this other security guard comes and says, yeah, they're staying here. I've already seen that guy here this week. I've already had some trouble with him. Pointed to me. I was like, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I already had trouble with me. So finally, we got up to the room. That was strike 3. I don't know what was up with those security guards. I don't know what they had against me. But I tell you one thing, they really kept that resort secure. So secure that there wasn't even room for fun. Not really. We still had a really good and fun week. It was great. In spite of the security guards taking out some of the fun. But that's my story. The moral of the story is to not allow the times in life that you strike out to keep you from getting right back up to the plate and having fun in this game called life. Thank you. And this has been Story Time with Triple T.